I had a very entertaining telephone call today from an Indian TV program that wanted me to be involved in some sort of debate. Now, I was involved in a debate a few weeks ago following the attack on the Indian High Commission in London. And I didn't realize when I was invited that I was expected to be taking a very pro-Home Office view. And I'm afraid I can't do that. I wimped out and I very firmly said that I felt that Suella Braverman was a bad Home Secretary and that she didn't speak for all of us, and indeed that I felt that it was inappropriate that the Indian High Commission was not properly guarded by the police and was therefore open to an attack. I really wasn't expecting to find myself in that position, and today I was asked if I would speak about the Kohinoor diamond and its return. Well, of course, in this particular case, I actually think the Kohinoor diamond should be returned. I think it's not quite the same issue as the return of the Elgin marbles, which I think there's a case to be made for the Elgin marbles to be returned in some form to Greece, and even if they're returned on a long-term loan, they will never be returned to the UK. So a return would be a return in practice, no matter what the diplomatic wording might be. But I think more diplomacy is needed to arrange that than the Kohinoor diamond, which can be returned quite quickly. And the Kohinoor diamond, gosh, it's not really known until about 1740, when it was seen as one of the diamonds in the Peacock Throne, and it changed hands quite a lot between then and 1849, when the British annexed the Punjab during the reign of the Emperor Maharaja Duleep Singh. Well, Duleep Singh was, I think, 9, 10 or 11 years old. And I don't think at the age of 9, 10 or 11, you are in a position to know the value of a gift you are giving to somebody who lives a long way away and who you never meet. The Kohinoor was then put into the Queen's crown and has been stored in the Tower of London. It can be viewed by the public. It's in very good condition. It's been very carefully looked after. But I think there's and it's not going to be used in the coming coronation, but I think there's very little justification for keeping it. And India first demanded the return of the stone in 1947, the year it gained independence from Britain. And I think it's a great shame that Britain hasn't taken this demand, this request, more seriously. I think the last request was made to David Cameron, who said that keeping the stone in the UK was sensible. I certainly don't believe in returnism, as it were, he said. I think it was in 2013. I think he's wrong. But I think, as I say, the same arguments for returning the Elgin marbles don't quite apply to the Kohinoor, which I think could be returned so much more quickly, because one just cannot take seriously the gift of a 9, 10 or 11-year-old, whether he is a prince or not.